we go. All right, we should be on now, so whenever.
You can lock in 30 days of any NBA or college basketball plays, including 5% best bets released from your favorite Wager Talk or Sports Memo handicapper for just $6.63 per day. A 30-day NBA pass is priced at $189 and a 30-day college basketball pass at $189. But you can get both for only $199. To take advantage of this special offer, just go to wagertalk.com and sportsmemo.com. Choose your favorite handicapper and lock in all basketball action for the next 30 days. Even better, there's no limit to how many handicappers this offer can be redeemed on.
All right, we are ready to rock and roll. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Time for another edition of the NBA Tip-Off Show, of course, powered by WagerTalk.com. I am Joe Ranieri, and we've got 4 games on tap, including our contrarian play of the day. We're going to get to that, but first, let's talk to the panel here. Let's bring in the guys that we got, going to hang out and give you some of the best NBA advice that you are going to get anywhere on the World Wide Web. And it's going to start with our man at the top who simply nailed the Portland, Indiana total there yesterday. That being, of course, Ski Profit hanging out. Internet okay, Ski? Everything all right here today, brother?
Oh, we're doing good. Thanks for holding it down, Joe. Let's look to keep the winners flowing.
Let's do it, man. And welcome back, Brian Leonard, in the middle here today. And Brian, we had you on the show last week. Has it been? What's going on with the NBA? And what do you got coming up on Wager Talk this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend I've got a 5% play, Saturday NFL. I've got my card loaded for everything except for the NBA so far. I'm hoping to get some winners out of these guys today, but I put up my hockey and my college basketball for today. So we got a slew of stuff over there at wagertalk.com.
Love it. All right. And, of course, there he is. He's back. 2 R's and 1 L. Mr. Rule. Steve Merrill, baby, joining us here and taking up the rear there. That was, listen, not for nothing. That's where Tony Finn was all week. So you've got some shoes to fill here, Steve Merrill. How you been, man?
Yeah, I did tune in on Tuesday afternoon just in time to catch the final minute drill there. And Tony Mejia tried to break the rules by giving him an extra 10 seconds. It didn't work out. And there's no way he got that shot off, Joe Ranieri. Don't you even check the replay as it was late. But, hey, I'll give him credit. If you had that he wouldn't go over by a full minute and a half, you still cashed that over wager. So honored to be in Tony Finn's seat, to say the least. Doing well.
No, you're going to do really well. I can promise you it's you're going to do much better than what he brought to the table anyway. 4 games on the board here, guys. We talked about here. We're going to talk Orlando, Boston, Dallas at the Bucks, Clippers and the Kings. And we're going to start with our contrarian play of the day, which doesn't need any introduction, guys. 9-0. It hit every day last week. It's already 4 days this week. 9-0 happened again last night. As a matter of fact, the Hornets weren't getting any love last night. And we kind of scratched our head here. At least I got to give credit where credit was due. Brian and Steve, we had Ski on the show yesterday before he decided to not pay his internet bill. But he was on the show, and before they shut his ass down, we kind of looked at it and went, Toronto, like, why is Toronto, Ski, getting all of this darn love? And it turned out, listen, it worked out. No Gordon Hayward, it didn't make a damn bit of difference. They came to play, and they kept it within the number.
They definitely did it. That was my best bet of the day.
Yep.
So I definitely love that. And I think we're in good shape tonight with the Timberwolves. So it matches up with a system I have to fade the public, hitting at about 70%. And I know everybody loves John Morant. They think he's going to come back and everything's going to be A-okay again. But they're still just – I don't think they're a good team. And usually when the star comes back, it might mess up the flow. Towns, I like that Towns is back. I think the Timberwolves have more than enough to get a win in this situation. So I'm with it. I like the Timberwolves.
It was the game that kind of stuck out to us here early on. There were some interesting moves on the board. But, Brian, this one kind of stuck out because it opened up at 3 for Minnesota at home. There were some John Morant rumors, and then all of a sudden now it's -1. It's almost close to a pick 'em at a few places here. the total hovering around that 224.5 mark. But I don't know. A 2-point swing for this game seemed a little excessive here. Do you agree with the move, or do you think the contrarian train is the way to go here?
Yeah, I saw that move and I said, well, obviously he's looking to come back tonight. They even talked about it for the last few days that he may be coming back. So that move is just some speculative move. It is starting to move up again. I've seen some 1.5s out there right now, and I think Minnesota's looking for a spot play right here. I know they haven't played well against Memphis lately, but it was a situation yesterday. Memphis scored 80 points in the paint, which is a record for them. And so obviously Minnesota. You read some of the quotes from after the game. They're talking about they got to get so much better defensively. They said we played all right. We just have not done what we should be doing right now. You've got a coach that features defense. I think that Minnesota right here is probably the side to go. You'd probably want to grab a hold of that right now before it gets much higher, because I think we could probably wait until after we know who's going to be in the starting lineup if Morant's there. But it's a speculative move, but I think Minnesota's probably going to give a full effort tonight.
Yeah, I listen, you got to love the number. The move was on speculation, Steve, like Brian said, but it just kind of made no sense, even with him with or without him at this point. Minnesota at 1, if you can grab it, would you wait for the official word, or would you go ahead and grab it now if you're thinking that?
I mean, basically, you've got them in a straight-up win situation right now at -1, so I probably wouldn't risk that. I think Minnesota's the play here. I like the quick revenge angle. One thing I do like better is playing the road team that loses the first game, because I really think home court is worth less in the second game since the team has already played there and they're staying there. So I don't like this quite as much as I would if it was the other way around. But the fact that Memphis won that game straight up as a dog 2 nights ago, I kind of default to the home team with the revenge angle here in Minnesota, and we're getting them in a straight-up win situation now at -1.
All right, there you go. It's a clean sweep with the contrarian player today, which means it lose by 30. I'm only kidding. Timberwolves -1 here tonight. We would certainly all grab that play. 9-0 here, guys, since the start of the NBA season. Gotta love it. All right, let's take a look at some of our featured games of the day here in the NBA that we want to talk about. And the first game up, I think we'll talk Orlando-Boston here, guys, in this situation. A couple teams we haven't had a chance to talk much about yet on the show. This opened up at, I believe, right around that 3.5 mark for Boston at home. The love has been going to the Magic. And, Brian, let me start with you here. Total 221. And I'm looking, well, now I'm seeing 213.5s here right now across the board in a lot of places. I think it opened up at 215, maybe somewhere around that mark. But I don't know, Brian, you got some love heading the Magic way on the road. How much love do you have for the Orlando Magic in this game?
Yeah, Boston's missed a lot of time because of the COVID issues. That's your concern. They've got people in and out of the lineup. They haven't been able to play these games because they haven't had enough players. Tatum and Williams will be out tonight. But Boston's one of those teams that I like the depth on this team. So if they get the chance to play, which you never know, something may come up. They said they have a lot more COVID tests to take. But if this game is played, I'm looking at that side. Orlando's one of these teams that has been really up and down, and Fournier's been out. He's been their number 3 scorer. So I like Boston here if the game is played, and I think it will be. They've talked about it and said that they think they're going to be in better shape now than they've been in the past. So I like Boston here.
All right, liking Boston. And Stevie Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L. Tristan Thompson set to play. Is that it for you? Does that do it? Push you over the top?
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Boston. I mean, 2 ways to look at it, right? They're very rested. They've been off for a full week. That's the good news. The bad news is that they're devastated right now. Tatum's out, and of course, they've been off for a week because of the coach issues. So this is enough to keep it off my best bet card. There were 2 games I was debating on using on the show here, and this is one of the 2. I decided to use a different game instead so we could talk about another one. But I do like Orlando in this one. And I actually think there's sharp money on the Magic. That's why this has dropped a point. If you look at some of the consensus sites out there, I'm seeing as high as 70% of the tickets in the consensus on the Celtics, yet the money has come in on Orlando, and it's dropped a point today. So I agree with the sharp money. I think Orlando's a safer play here. And obviously, they're off 3 straight losses straight up in ATS, but with the 3 days off, I think this is a good bounce back spot, and they're not going to miss an opportunity. A lot of times teams overlook an opponent like Boston that's shorthanded and has some issues, but I don't think Orlando's going to overlook them tonight. I think it's the opposite. I think they look at this as a winnable situation, which has been a rarity for the Magic in the last couple of weeks.
You know, Ski, he's right. It's been a rough go of it for the Orlando Magic in this spot in Boston, though. How much love do you have for him here?
You know, I want to look that way. I want to say first of all, out of all the teams, Boston has been one of those teams that it's just been getting me whether I bet on them or against them. And I've been happy that they've had. I mean, I'm not happy they had the COVID, but I'm happy that they haven't been playing. So I do lean towards Orlando. And just because I like to bet on teams that kind of got embarrassed their last game at home and can maybe bounce back, but they just been looking really bad versus the better teams. They play well with the lesser competition, and I know that Boston is one of the better teams. So I probably would look if Jaylen Brown is in, I wouldn't play Orlando. If he's out, I can maybe get to the window with Orlando.
Yeah, currently is still listed as questionable at this particular point. 7:30 tonight, guys, that tip. And the total right around 213.5. Still 2.5 with a little bit of juice on the market there for Boston. All right, let's take a look at our other featured game of the night. This is a powerhouse. How about it? Dallas Mavericks taking on the Milwaukee Bucks here in the market has really been all Milwaukee to start here, guys. It's been all Bucks all day. It opened up at 6. I'm seeing 7.5s around there. Interesting enough, the total still hovering around that number there. I'm seeing right around 229, 230 in some places. So let me start with you, Steve. What do you do here in this spot here? Do you back a Dallas team on the road as that number continues to rise, or do you think Milwaukee is really the play here?
Yeah, I think Milwaukee's the play, but I think it's probably priced me out of a play. From 6 to 7.5 is.
All right. Wait, stay there. Hold on. So what else do you think, Steve?
Oh, boy. No. Don't you do that to me.
You got it. Go ahead. You're in there.
My goodness. If I was smart, I would have fake frozen. That would have been even more fun. But I normally don't freeze. Ski, I'm not blaming Ski now. I think it's the Joe Ranieri internet bill that needs to be paid. This is two different parts of the country that have frozen now 2 days in a row, Ski. We got to team up here. I'll make it quick, though, in case I freeze again, because I don't want Ranieri putting words in my mouth, to say the least. It looks like the sharp money is on the Bucks here. I'm seeing the consensus, the tickets on Dallas. Yet, as you said, Joe, the line's gone from 6 to 7.5. And, Milwaukee, when they've shown up this year, has shown they're as good as anybody. They beat Golden State in that Christmas game, by 39. About a week later, that first game in Miami, they won by 47. So if they show up here, and I think they have this game circled, I don't want to go against the Bucks.
It's a tough spot to go against them, Brian. It really is. When you look at this, do you want to get in front of that? Do you even trust Dallas enough to be able to do this? Because obviously the money tells us we shouldn't.
Yeah. Milwaukee's been so good in revenge. That's been a blind bet the last few years, and they have double revenge against this Dallas team. I think that's why the money is going that way. But to be totally honest with you, I agree with Steve here. It's priced you out of the game.
Yeah.
The difference between these two teams, with the home field or lack of home court advantage this year, tells me that there's value on Dallas here, but you hate to go against Milwaukee with that great run they've been on in revenge. So I think Dallas, the line's too high. I mean, the line's too high. If you're taking a look at it from a personnel standpoint, Dallas got back one of their key players just a few days ago. And, this is a team that should be going on a nice run here. But I can't go against that Milwaukee trend. This is a game I'll probably end up sitting out.
It's Ski. Porzingis probable. What else is new over there? Both teams seem to be a little bit healthier. How do you measure these two teams up right now?
I think Dallas has been playing a little bit better, or at least I trust Dallas more, just because I know that their defense will hold up. I do think it's a little bit too many points, but I rather look more towards the total. Both of these teams, or Milwaukee's kind of middle of the pack as far as pace the last 5 games, and Dallas playing at slower paces this year. The offense is not as great as last year, but they make up for it on the defensive end, and we know Milwaukee's capable of playing some defense too. I have this number closer to 222
Okay.
So I don't agree with it going up. I like the under.
Liking the under in that. And that's a pretty good stat, too, right there. Under 5-1 in the Mavs' last 6. And we know Dallas can put some points up here, that's for sure. But whether or not we trust them to be able to do it against this Milwaukee team is going to be a whole nother story, though. Good game tonight, though. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. We do have a totals player we're going to talk about here in just a second, but I do want to remind you, all 3 of these gentlemen right now, you can hop aboard 30 days, all access, any one of them. As a matter of fact, you head over to wagertalk.com. Not only their NBA plays, but their college basketball plays, too, and they are on fire here, guys. Steve, Brian, Ski, 3 guys you want to have in your corner. Invest in them. Promise you, in 30 days, every NBA and college basketball play is all yours for just $199. It's probably one of the best investments you will make at this point of the season. And I'm looking forward to this game tonight here, too, in our overtime section and our game here tonight. And I'm trying to see here if we can. Is it moving? No, not really. All right, Clippers versus Kings here tonight, guys. And I'm seeing a 7 on the board for the game total, but that total, it opened up at 230. It went down to 227. It's creeping up a little bit more right now. So let me start with you here, Ski. These 2 teams, Kings, Clippers. Clippers kind of been all over the map this year, man. They're not your Lakers. I'll give you that. But I don't know. Is this a track meet tonight, or do you think we might have to go the other way and look a little bit under in this one?
I don't want to look at Sacramento under. Their defense has been terrible. I don't want to trust them to play a lick of defense versus anybody in the league right now. Last 5 games, they're ranked dead last. Clippers haven't been playing defense either. Both teams have been pretty efficient on the offensive end. And if the Kings can get the Clippers to play at their pace, it's going to fly over. And I think that can happen tonight. So I would go with the Kings. They went over 7 of their last 9. I think it continues.
Dead last in points allowed per game, Stevie. I mean, it's, he's got a point. Like, you want to take an under at Sacramento? You out of your mind? They could drop 140 on them there with the Clippers if they're on. How do you look at this game? Is it over or not for you?
Yeah, it's over a pass, and I am passing, but yeah, it's hard to make a case for the under. I mean, we talked about this with the Wizards when I was on Monday, and it's just become too simple to play the Wizard game over. You play the Kings over. This is an angle as Ski remembers last summer. I was on the Kings over during that regular season bubble restart quite often, and we were all riding it here on the show, and it continues to work. I mean, this team has now gone over in 5 of their last 6. The total's 250s, 240, 250 range. So it's not like this number's inflated. What I don't get, guys, is that I saw it as high as 230 at the opener. Now it's 227 and a half. So,
yep.
I'm not going to be involved with this one, but it's hard for me to make a case for the under right now with Sacramento.
Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams listed as questionable here. But, Brian, I don't know whether they go, they don't. One goes, they don't go. Does it make a difference here? That's a 3-point drop here from the open. Do you agree with it?
Yeah, I do agree with it. I'll do a little contrarian here. You take a look at the Clippers on the season. They're 29th in offensive play length. Takes them 15.3 seconds to shoot. That's one of the lowest in the league. Of course, Sacramento's number 6 at 13.9. So that's a team that prefers to run a little bit. But I think this line's a little bit high here. I think it's somewhat correlated. If you like Sacramento at all, I think you like the over. If you like the Clippers at all, I think you like the under. I lean the under here. It's not a play or anything, but it's just to give you a different look at the way this game's going to be playing out.
Yeah, and it's looking at that number. It's stuck at -7 there right now for the Clippers in Sacramento. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes there. But I can tell you not, we got some best bets coming, though. Our buzzer beaters are coming your way here, guys. And if you are new to the show, it's very simple. Our best bets, we go around the horn. We throw 60 seconds on the clock. We give these gentlemen a full 60 seconds to break down their best bets. If they do it in 20 seconds, well, they get 40 seconds to make fun of Tony Finn or anything else. And whatever they want to do, it's completely up to them. But if they don't make it in the 60 seconds, we pretty much just cut them and they freeze like Ski did yesterday. So, Ski, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself here because I was this close to doing your best bet yesterday, too, as well. So We'll get you going. Put 60 seconds on the clock for his buzzer beater. Let's figure out, Ski, which way you're going. Best bet. Go.
It's plenty to choose from, and it's still early. But a game that I did already get involved in, and I do like quite a bit. I'll go to the Atlanta and Utah Jazz. I'm looking at this total at 227, and I just think it's too high. You have too many guys missing for the Hawks, or not too many, but you have a couple of guys, Bogdanovich, Gallinari, who are going to put the ball in the bucket. And Hawks have been trending towards the under. They've went under their last 6. Utah's went under 9 of their last 11. Both teams playing at a slower pace the last 5 games. The Hawks' offensive efficiency since those guys have been out has been bottom 3. Jazz hasn't been there either. You can trust both of these teams to play defense, so I like the under. And there's another spot in this game. I think one of my other guys will talk about it. It's a flat spot.
Oh, he loves that flat. You know what? He's going to leave you hanging there, man. He kind of like a sky hook in the middle, and just he's posing for the shot right now, Steve Merrill. What's up with that? Well done there, though, Ski. Absolutely well done. Steve, come on, man. Talk to us here. Your buzzer beater, 60 seconds on the clock. We know you got this. Go.
Yeah, I'm taking the pass from Ski because I'm using the same game. So I'll give him an assist here, and it's an interesting one to.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's called the possum right there. That's called the possum offense. What you do is you put everyone to sleep. You dribble right by him and dunk it. And I was making you guys wait. So anyway, I got 40 left here for the same game. I'm looking at the Hawks. I'm looking at the side on this one. Atlanta +6. It's a really strange situation for Utah. They haven't been home since New Year's Day. It's a 6-game, 10-day road trip. And then on top of that, it got cut short because the Wizard game Wednesday was canceled. So I guess they got back earlier. Maybe that's a good thing. I think it's just a distraction. The whole schedule's been messed up. And they're off 3 straight wins and covers. They finished that road trip strong. I actually think him being back home could be a bit of a letdown. Meanwhile, the Hawks are coming off a 18-point win. Looks like they're turning things around. They've got 3 days of rest here, so they'll be fresh in the altitude. I'll take the Atlanta Hawks here to get the win. Maybe they at least get the cover tonight. +6 Atlanta Hawks at Utah.
Oh, look at that, man. Very nice. No time left on the clock. Nice. That was smooth. That was like well, that was great, though. That was outstanding. Very good. All right, come on. Let's go, Brian. You know the rules here now. 60 seconds on the clock. Buzzer beater, brother. Go.
Steve Merrill, I'll use a baseball reference. He looked like Tanaka with that little pause in his delivery before he throws the ball.
That's right.
I'm going to take a look at the total also. I'm going to take a look at the Cleveland-New York game. I know it's been bet down a little bit, but you have both defensive coaches out there, and you've got New York's not played very good defenses of late. They've talked about that. They need to play a little bit better defense. I played the under when these two teams played earlier, and New York got really hot from long range and really played very well. They won that game. But it's a situation now where I think both teams are very good defensively. The big man for Cleveland's going to be back tonight. I look for that to go under. The only way these teams are going to win is if they play good defense, and I think this game goes under. And New York was really hot from the field last time they played, and it still went under.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he was pausing there or not, if he was good to go. Plenty of time left on the clock. Very good there, Brian.
I'm taking a knee.
Way to do it, man. Way to do it. Just walking off the court, leaving the ball and walking off the court. Real quick, too, it looks like they just came in that it looks like Anthony Davis is a go here tonight. I just want to get Ski's Laker moment here. I don't know, Ski, the number keeps crawling up here, almost at double digits. Does it matter to you tonight?
Honestly, I looked at the game and I was looking more towards the Pelican side.
Oh!
So, I won't be laying with the Lakers today.
Listen, when he doesn't go with the Lakers, guys, that's when you want to jump on to what's happening there. Once again here, guys, don't forget, grab yourself 30 days all access. You can do it at wagertalk.com. Let's recap those best bets, too, as well. And it's $199, by the way, for 30 days, guys. Every NBA college basketball play that these gentlemen put out there, all yours, $199. Never got to worry about it. And listen, Ski, when he's going against the Lakers, man, when he says, yeah, I won't be looking, those are the kinds of plays that you want. So take advantage of it right now. $199, guys, 30 days, all access, both college and the NBA. all yours. Those best bets here today, of course, the Hawks Jazz under is where Ski was going with time left on the clock at 2:27. Merrill finishing, taking the pass and dunking there. Very nice, Merrill. Hawks +6 in this one. And the Knicks Cavs for Brian Leonard under the 196.5. And guys, this has been a hell of a week. Contrarian play in, going for the clean sweep of 2 weeks. Going 10-0. I mean, we're 9-0 right now, going for that 10-0. Minnesota tonight was the contrarian play there. We're not buying the Ja Morant love that came in throughout the day. So good luck with those plays. Make sure you're visiting these guys, not only at Wager Talk, check them out on their Twitter handles, and more importantly, hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner and come back and join us again on Monday. We get to do it all over again. So Ski, Brian Leonard, Steve Merrill, thank you guys very much, and thank you, folks. Best of luck on the weekend. Come back and join us on Monday. We'll see you then.
In 30 days of Hakeem Profit's NBA plays, including 5% best bets for just $4.30 per day. A 30-day NBA pass is priced at $189, but you can lock in Hakeem's for only $129. Act fast, as the price is going back to $189 at the end of the week.